In today's world of increasingly massive pickup trucks, where even compact trucks seem to grow with each generation, it's hard to imagine that once upon a time, American automakers had the audacity to think small. And when I say small, I mean really small. In fact, the smallest production pickup truck ever manufactured in America might leave you wondering if it's even real. The diminutive Marvel stands barely waist high to most adults, has tires smaller than a modern ATV, and could fit in the bed of a Ford F-150 with room to spare. This is the story of the Crosley Farm-O Road, the tiny truck that was decades ahead of its time. And to understand the Farm-O Road, we need to meet its creator, Powell Crosley Jr., a man who built an empire by thinking small when others were thinking big. In the early 20th century, Crosley made his fortune in radio manufacturing, became known as Henry Ford of radio by creating affordable sets that brought broadcasting to the masses, and by 1930 he owned the Cincinnati Reds baseball team, radio stations, and had his sights set on disrupting another industry, automobiles. And in 1939, Crosley introduced the first car, a tiny two-cylinder economy vehicle weighing just 925 pounds, priced at $325, which was less than half the cost of a Volkswagen Beetle at the time. His philosophy was simple. America needed a truly affordable car that was easy to maintain and miserably tight on fuel. While Detroit built ever larger and more powerful vehicles, Crosley zigged where they zagged. During World War II, Crosley's small vehicles found unexpected success as utility vehicles, forming 4 military bases where the compact size and efficiency made them perfect for zipping around airfields and facilities. They got Powell Crosley thinking, could there be a market for versatile mini vehicles that combine the functionality of a Jeep tractor and a pickup truck? The answer arrived in 1950 with the introduction of the Crosley Farm-O Road. At 145 inches long, nearly 4 feet shorter than a modern Honda Civic, standing only 57 inches tall, the Farm-O Road was almost comically small. Its small size masked a remarkable versatility that was decades ahead of its time, though. The Farm-O Road was essentially 3 vehicles in one. First, it was a small pickup truck with a load capacity of 800 pounds, which was impressive for a vehicle that only weighed, like I said, about 1,000 pounds. The bed measured just over 4 feet long, but could be extended by dropping the tailgate. Second, it was an off-road capable 4x4 with 4-wheel drive available as an option and a wheelbase short enough to navigate tight trails. And third, it was a small tractor. While power takeoff capabilities allowed it to run farm implements, including mowers, plows, and even small generators, it was a very important vehicle for the farm industry as well. Super versatile and super capable. Under the hood, the Farm-O Road featured Crosley's most innovative contribution to automotive engineering, the SEBA engine. The Crosley cast iron block assembly was the first mass-produced overhead camshaft engine in America, and the first American production engine to using a timing belt rather than a chain. Displacing 44 cubic inches or 724 cc, this tiny 4-cylinder produced 26.5 horsepower, which is about the same as a modern day lawnmower, but it was enough to push the Farm-O Road to speeds of 45 miles an hour on the road, which was sufficient. In the early 1950s, American farms were rapidly modernizing. The traditional horse-drawn equipment was giving way to tractors, but full-size farm tractors were expensive investments. Crosley saw an opportunity to offer farmers an affordable alternative, a vehicle that could handle light farming duties during the week and take the family to church on Sunday. The Farm-O Road's versatility was its calling card. You could drive it to town for supplies, use it to check fence lines on your property, hitch it to a plow for small garden work, and even take it hunting in areas where larger vehicles couldn't even go. It was also awesome in many ways. It was original UTV or side-by-side utility vehicle, which was a concept that wouldn't become mainstream until about 50 years later. Crosley offered an impressive array of attachments for the farmer road. There was a front-mounted blade for light plowing or snow removal, a sickle bar mower attachment, a rear-mounted disc harrow, and even a small hydraulic lift. The bed could be fitted with wooden side extensions to increase capacity, and an optional canvas top provided some protection from the elements. The vehicle's multi-purpose design foreshadowed today's modern UTVs from manufacturers like Polaris and John Deere, and Crosley marketed the farmer road as 3 vehicles in one at a fraction of the cost. The base price was $795 in 1950, which is about $9,000 in today's money, making it an attractive option for small farmers, estate owners, and businesses that needed versatile utility vehicles, but obviously at a budgeted price. Optional 4-wheel drive added $194 to the price, but significantly increased its capability, and the farmer road wasn't without competition. The Willys Jeep was already well established following World War II. An International Harvester offered larger farm cup tractors, but nothing quite matched the farmer road's unique combination of on-road transportation, off-road capability, and agricultural utility in such a compact and affordable package. Unfortunately, Powell Crosley's automotive vision was running out of time, and by 1952, the larger car manufacturers had recovered fully from their wartime production hiatus and were offering affordable full-size cars with installment financing. American consumers, flush with post-war prosperity, were gravitating toward larger, more powerful vehicles, and on July 3, 1952, the last Crosley rolled off the assembly line as the company ceased automobile production. By then, fewer than 600 farm roads had been built, making it one of the rarest production vehicles in American history. The farmer road story didn't quite end there. The design and the tooling were sold to a company called Crofton Marine Engine, which built a small number of enhanced models called the Crofton Bug between 1959 and 1960, and later the assets changed hands again, with a few more variants produced under the farmer road name by another company. But in the early 1960s, none of these revival attempts achieved commercial success, and a farmer road faded into obscurity. But what's remarkable about the farm road is how thoroughly it predicted the modern UTV market. It was really the pioneer before the pioneers. Today, vehicles like the Polaris Ranger, John Deere Gator, and the Kawasaki Mule offer the same blend of transportation utility and recreation that Crosley envisioned 70 years ago. The farmer road was right, just half a century too early. And today, surviving farmer roads are rare gems in the collector's world. Of the approximately 600 built, experts estimate that fewer than 100 still exist, with perhaps only a few dozen in running condition. When they do appear at auctions, they command surprising prices, sometimes exceeding $30,000 to fully restored examples. They've gone from being the cheapest new truck you could buy to highly priced collectibles. And as we witness current revivals of truly compact trucks like the Ford Maverick and the Hyundai Santa Cruz, one can't help but wonder what Powell Crosley would think. After decades of ever larger pickups dominating American roads, car manufacturers are finally rediscovering what Crosley knew in 1950, that a small, versatile, affordable truck fills a genuine need in the market. The Crosley Farmer Road represents a fascinating what-if in automotive history. What if America had embraced the concept of the micro-utility vehicle decades later? What if Crowley had survived to evolve the Farmer Road concept into a modern vehicle? We'll never know, but we can appreciate the brilliant foresight that created this unique vehicle, a true American original that dared to think small in an era of automotive excess. And it may be the smallest pickup truck ever in production in America, but its influence and vision were anything but small. Sometimes the most revolutionary ideas come in the tiniest packages. Thanks for watching this exploration of the Crosley Farmer Road. If you enjoy learning about this forgotten piece of automotive history, please hit the like and subscribe button for more unusual and influential vehicles.